back, and already bans in set here. That is the Esmeralda and the Selena taken out by Malaysia and Myanmar, taking out possibly the best side lane in the game right now, Uranus, and of course everybody's favorite carry, Claude. But as PNK here is picked up by Malaysia, Chantel, do note, Luo Yi is out. Talk us through that. I mean, you mentioned something earlier about the
Your team.
Actually, for Team Malaysia, what's different for this both teams? Team Malaysia really won that Group A with the Luo Yi pick. That was the difference with Group B. For Group B, the Luo Yi was actually totally banned for the majority of the game. So that is one story to be talked about for this game. I guess for Team Malaysia, they need to be prepared if this Luo Yi is picked. Or maybe if this Luo Yi, but I guess it's gonna be picked here for Team Myanmar. But speaking of which, for the Luo Yi pick, it's one hell of a hero that brings about damage. Even the crowd control, it is a really difficult hero to predict. So you don't know when it's coming, you don't know where it's going, to be exact. So I like it that Team Myanmar goes for it, when in fact this is the team that was kind of neglected of having the Luo Yi pick for the Group B.
Yeah, so what you're saying is Malaysia plowed through Group A because not many of them understood the Luo Yi just yet. And now that Myanmar here, obviously one of the best Luo Yi team users in all of the C Invitational, they made it to the playoffs. Now that they're trying to give your Malaysia a taste of their own medicine. I'm excited for this, but real quick, let's look at the first picks here. Again, PNK, Farsa, and Ling for Malaysia, while Myanmar picks up the Luo Yi, the Kufra, and the Tams. Nothing here out of the ordinary. This is all just as we usually see.
Yeah, and although for Team Myanmar, I like their lineup actually because it's more of the AOE. I mean, it's really meant for the team fight. Unlike for Malaysia, it's all about the timing of their skills. So I guess for Team Myanmar, they should get a hero that could go head-to-head against this Kufra, maybe not Atlas. So for this one, although for Myanmar and Malaysia, they banned out this Hayabusa and Exporg for the second battle phase. So it's more on Malaysia trying to predict maybe that this might be a Hayabusa funnel here for Team Myanmar. But again, for Myanmar, it's gonna be the Jawhead. So speaking of side lanes, here for Myanmar, it's a really good pick. We have the Tams and the Jawhead on the lineup.
Yeah, good pickup on the Jawhead, although I do feel that Malaysia's Hayabusa ban is relatively irrelevant. Irrelevant. All right, I thought I said the same word twice. But because, listen, right? Whenever you have the Popol and Koopa, you obviously want your opponent to pick up the Hayabusa because that's an extra body on the map. You always have the failsafe from the shadow kill. So I don't know why Malaysia here banned out the Hayabusa. It boggles my mind at this point. But nonetheless, right?
Yeah, actually, I'd rather go for the Lancelot ban instead of the Hayabusa ban. Yeah, because it is more on...
Let him fall into the trap. Let him fall for it. I don't know. Malaysia here, we haven't seen them in a while, possibly in more than a week. But nonetheless, they finish up their draft here with a Cho and a Masha, again making a few appearances here in the Invitational. As well, Myanmar closes up the lineup with their funnel of choice. It's going to be the Roger. Now, Chantel, I gotta ask you this question. How do you feel about these two lineups? With that weird ban on Hayabusa withstanding, you don't have to think about that. We just look at the main 5 versus 5. Which team do you think is ahead here?
I'll go for the lineup of Team Myanmar because this is Roger we're talking about. If we go for the comparison of this funneling,
Myanmar here, I believe, is ahead. So we'll see now, ladies and gentlemen, who will go ahead and take game number 1.
For Team Malaysia, we've mentioned Masha having a lot of appearances here for the Razer Invitational. I guess for Team Malaysia, this is going to be their backup strategy if ever this lane goes outside their supposedly gameplay for this match. So it's gonna be more on the split push here. So I guess for Team Myanmar, they need to be wary of that. They need to negate this match pick because we see Shams have actually on the map vision, actually information for Team Myanmar. He wants to go to delay that orange buff against Team Malaysia.
Definitely. And that plan might have to be put back on the corkboard because both teams are going to stay relatively to their own side of the map. But Hiccup here spotted out by Rumpel, not going to engage just yet. And again, this is Domino sitting out. Feek's going to be coming in as the core with Zorn as their support Farsa. Now, where did the Little Wanderer go? All right, it went over to Team Myanmar. They are up about 300 gold here. So far, so good for Myanmar, given that their lineup is more fundamental. And I think Team Malaysia, correct me if I'm wrong here, Chantel, the way that they should be taking this is they have to be aggressive. As soon as everyone, or at least most of them, reaches level 4, they have to get in Myanmar's face.
Yeah, actually, because they have the Farsa and Deling on their lineup, so it's more about the zone out and actually getting the kills for Team Malaysia. I guess for Myanmar, they're just taking the pace, actually going with the flow because they need this Roger to go online. Roger is actually a marksman player. They're preparing him for the real battle later on this game. So far with Team Malaysia, yep, that's true. They need to be aggressive as early on for them to be able to actually neglect this Roger with the kills. Although this Roger goes in with the killing spree, so maybe because it's about going in par with the Ling, if ever in terms of team fight later on. It's just that I'm feeling for Malaysia. If they don't get aggressive, it will backfire to them later on at this game.
For sure. So now the clock is ticking. This is essentially Malaysia's turn. If this was like a board game or a card game, this is their time to play their cards. But if they don't, then it's gonna go pass over to Myanmar at about 6 minutes, and then that's when Yellow Flash goes online. But first blood here, drawn out by Lord Arts. He was just Arts in the group stage. Now he has become a Lord. And henceforth, he has drawn first blood onto Sham. Now another fight happening here in the river. Hiccup gonna be hit by Feeks. Gonna be linking out here. Oh no, DK up next. Feeks gets the finishing blow. And that is 2 for Malaysia. And I think they understood. They know how this game works. They read the rule book and they said, you know what? It's our turn. Let us show you how we play.
Yeah, you want us to be aggressive? We're seeing you. I mean, we'll let you show how aggressive we can be. And again, guys, it's gonna be another kill here for Team Myanmar, though. But again, for Malaysia, they're just gonna back away against Myanmar. But what's interesting here for Team Malaysia is that they don't have actually a hard tag for their lineup because surprisingly for this for Rumpel, actually he's using this average spell, so they are really for the team fight later on. We always just say that if you have, or if you're going for the damage on the latter part of the game, it just means that you're ready for the bloodbath. For Team Malaysia, in terms of their emblems here, that's a I mean, we're pretty sure that they're going to do that. So for Myanmar, it's all about the team composition. It's all about the team fights. Yeah. We're seeing for them, they should be ready for that. And Turtle has been taken here, Myanmar onto this game. So the more that Myanmar gets the objective, the more that they will close this gap in terms of gold against Malaysia.
Yeah, but Team Malaysia knows exactly what has to happen. They have the blueprints. They see the floor plans here, Chantel, to the room called Victory. This is their house right now. 11K, 1,000 gold ahead. Up top, it's Royal Milk, but Yellow Flash spotters him out. Ooh. And that's going to be Feeks with the Tempest of Blades disengaging. And this is what I'm talking about. Yellow Flash, they have to enable him to the point where he starts getting kills and snowballs. And he's about maybe a minute or two away from going online. Now, I think you're right. You mentioned earlier, objectives is the key to closing this gap, and so close they are to making that happen. But Lord Arts, oh Lord Arts, he's making it hard for them. He's making it hard for them. Look, he's just beating down on the turrets.
Yeah, and actually for Myanmar, that is one bit of an issue for them, because the more they want to go for the team fight, they can do it because we have Lord Arts here with the objectives. So I guess for Myanmar, after they go for a kill, they should totally go for the objectives for them to counter out this Malaysian gameplay that we are seeing right now. For Team Malaysia, they're just providing space for Peg's action. But then again, here comes the Tyro's Revenge, guys. It's gonna be the Feather Air Strike killing out that one. Here comes Ejector for Royal Myth. But then it's gonna be versus 3, actually 4. Here comes the Dog though. PK or Popoli Koopa getting a kill for Team Malaysia. It's going to be 5-2 for the score. Malaysia just defending all the possibilities that Team Myanmar is throwing onto them.
All right, it seems like they threw Royal Milk under the bus so that Sam can take that turret, and I think that's a good deal. Chantel, I think that's a deal I'll take any day. Right? Look at that. Like, I think Myanmar here saw that line of play, forced Malaysia into it, and yeah, they juggled the turret's aggression perfectly. But up top now, this is something that they need to answer. Oh, wow. Feeks able to just put in enough damage for the turret to go down, and he just engages.
Yeah.
Unpunished.
Okay. There were actually 4 players here from Team Myanmar just defended turret, but he was able to take that one out. But Turtle has it stolen here by his Kufra. He just slides there and gets it. Though he's killed, but it was still a good steal here by DK. He just went in for the dive and actually getting that objective. We're in 4 players, I guess, of Team Malaysia was trying to get this one. But again, here comes another team fight onto the middle lane. Here comes the vacuum. Yellow Flash getting a kill. Fix low on life, but he is still yet alive for Team Malaysia.
Finch boys doing work here. Ling, that is Feeks just holding down on the joystick all the way down to his base. I'm out of here, he said. And if Royal Milk did not answer up top, I'm pretty sure Ozaraveki would have been able to push that turret in. But so far, Myanmar is already on to Team Malaysia's antics. They know that these 2 heroes here, the Cho and the Masha, just give him what? 2-3 seconds with the turret, they will have their way. But it looks like they're waiting for this fight to be picked. Here down bottom, Yellow Flash, still in human form, is Roger. Here's what's interesting. You mentioned earlier, Chantel, that Team Malaysia, no, I'm sorry, Team Myanmar, they want to go for team fights, right? But look at the composition. Look at the kits of their heroes. They're all mostly single targets. But wait up, we'll talk about that later. Ozarabek here, up in the wrong bush, knocked out by Hiccup. And there you go. DK with another jump and a Tyrant's Rage onto Rumple and the Popol and the Koopa. They are going to disengage here. Here he is. Tempest of Blades by Feeks. Hiccup knocked out. He can't breathe. There's DK. KO'd by Feeks. And up next, Royal Milk. Feeks is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Smart Missile's not going to save you. Finished off by Rumple. The dog is hungry. That's going to be 3 for 1 here in favor of Team Malaysia.
That was actually counter-initiation by Malaysia against Myanmar. We saw DK really deep on the map of Malaysia, but then they turned out a series of events, so that was good. Actually, Fix bring us a little spice for his performance onto this lane. He's actually on 3-0-4 for Myanmar. They need to stop this lane. And speaking of lane, actually, we can see the lineup here of Malaysia. It's more the physical type of lineup, so I guess they're really for the kills or even for the third push. Speaking of third push, guys, it's gonna be the second tier turret here in the bottom lane, taken down by Lord Arts. It's gonna be Lord Arts just doing the objectives for Malaysia. The more that he's doing it, the more the Team Myanmar needs to settle down in terms of objectives. I guess too much for the team fight. They should really focus on minimizing the map control of Team Malaysia. But then again, on the river side, nice vacuum there. We have Yellow Flash getting a kill. 2 players down by the side of Malaysia. Team Myanmar just giving us a little flavor. But again, going back to the objectives, while that was happening, Masha was actually taking down a turret against Myanmar.
Ozaraveki, what a menace. Masha the menace. Now it looks like he has Sam's attention. Goes ahead to visit the destruction, should I say, the deconstruction site that is their turret, and it goes down. Hold up, this is a fight that Cham is picking, and yep, Ozaraveki disengages. Now it looks like Team Malaysia's running circles around Myanmar. They're losing little fights, maybe skirmishes, but they're owning the turrets. Like, there's literally 1 left from Myanmar before the base. And I think Myanmar should watch out for that now. I think they should really just fight. They see that maybe 3 or 4 members of Malaysia are there, and force Ozaraveki to answer, because they really need this, because if not, man, they can just go for the steal, Team Malaysia.
Yeah, actually, for Malaysia, what's good about this is whenever there's a team fight for Myanmar, they just gauge in for another third objective against Myanmar. So I guess for Myanmar, they should actually secure at least 2 heroes, or maybe a certain hero just to defend the turrets, or else it's gonna backfire for them. We have the top farmer of the game, which is a fix. So I guess for Malaysia, that is a good story for them. For Myanmar though, yep, they're winning the team fights. But again, if your map control is really small, that is gonna be a bit of an issue for Myanmar. So I guess for Malaysia, they're really going strong. You don't need the team fight. You just need the objectives here. And speaking of team fight, or actually a pick off here for Team Malaysia, here comes the Tempest of Blades. It's gonna be Sam. Check Hiccup. TK comes in though, but here comes the PNK. The Popple and Koopa is just there. And it's gonna be a disengage. So we see the discipline here for Myanmar. They're just shutting out the side lanes. The top lane earlier was being gotten here by the Masha, but then again, they're just negating the gameplay now of Malaysia.
Yeah, Team Malaysia here playing mad macro. All right, so the way that they're playing their macro here is much like micro, right? It's almost like every single button is a hero, and they say, I'll send you to top, send you to bottom, send you to mid. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're running circles. Once more, I gotta say, they're running circles around Team Myanmar, and that's because of how mobile Zorn, Peaks, Lord Arts, and Ozoraveki are. I mean, Rumple is the only one that you'll see moving around the map fairly. For sure, you have to walk the dog properly. But nonetheless, Team Malaysia here, they have a frequent flyers card on them, and it looks like Royal Milk caught out Ozoraveki. Full combo, not gonna be enough. Rumple bites down and stops the little robot and baby girl. Royal Milk bites it, and Hiccup couldn't do anything. He just watches, because again, that's what.
Yeah, maybe the question for Royal Milk at the time was our lost baby girl, because literally Royal Milk was on a different position on the map. So I guess for Team Myanmar, if they want to close or seal the deal against Malaysia, they need to, as much as possible, they are for the team fight. So I'm not pretty sure if they want to go individually against Malaysia onto this one, because it is Malaysia more on the DPS. They have the Farza, and we talked about that earlier. They don't have a hard tag, so they're literally bringing damage there.
Yeah, look at this. While Team Malaysia is bothering Lord, literally not even taking Lord, they're just bothering Lord. It looks like Lord Arts was able to go ahead and take top turret. Like, they have been penetrated, Team Myanmar. And just like that, it just becomes so much harder for Team Myanmar to move. Like, they have to constantly send someone to clear top lane.
Yeah, actually, and I would say that your type of a composition that goes in for the team fight, I guess you're really meant for a 5v5. If you have a single player that goes to defend the single lane, that's already a minus in terms of team fight. The damage, it's just lacking for you. Unlike for Team Malaysia, they have the Masha. It actually has 3 life bars here against Myanmar. But I guess for Malaysia though, they're just about the damage. They're just about the objectives here. And again, TK is already low on life. He goes in for the flicker out. The fix is there for the Tempest of Blades. Oh my god, TK goes in, but again, he's dead by the hands of Fix. Onto the side of Team Malaysia, Ozoraveki, the varsity of Malaysia, just running. But then for Malaysia, after the pick off, they will go for another objective. The discipline is just there.
Yep, and Chantel, don't get me started on Rumple's Popple and Koopa doing so much work here, stopping so much from Team Myanmar. And there you go. They're going to burst them down as I speak about it. But no, Royal Milk is going to go first. Ozoraveki, though, traded out here for Royal Milk, but DK is still missing in action. Royal Flash assassinated by Feeks, and I guess this is them free for the Lord. Can they take it? I think they should. This is a smart plan, unless they want to take out Sham first. Then Tempest of Blades. Zorn here gonna help out Feeks, gets the kill secured, and yeah, Team Myanmar, they can't go for the steal. This should be Malaysia.
Yeah. Actually, for Malaysia, Fix here just bring about damage for the team. He actually goes in for the dive against 2 players without having other members of the team with him. So Malaysia, they're really confident right now. For the damage for Myanmar, I'm just guessing that they need this Luo Yi to bring wonders for the team. We know that Luoyi can bring about different spices for a team, and we're not seeing right now. They have the Roger for the lineup. I just think that Myanmar lacks on the engagement or the initiation. They're just being reactive with this Team Malaysian kind of gameplay. We have the Lord now for Malaysia. It's gonna be 14-8 for the score. The goal lead now is almost almost 7k here on this game, and I like the itemization here of a PNK. He actually goes in for the Deadly Blade plus the Dominance Ice. Imagine that you're negating the life steal here, even the spell back of your enemies, plus slowing them. So that's good. And you've mentioned Rumpel's PNK earlier.
Yeah.
He's just there zoning out the players of Myanmar. I think that's what's difficult for Myanmar, because there is this Koopa that zones them.
And Chantel, before that big team fight breaks out again, wow, off-camera kill by Ozoroveki. I gotta say, that Hayabusa ban might have been for naught. Like, it wouldn't have mattered maybe even for Malaysia, because Rumpel is carrying so much weight here. He's blocking so much, especially from Royal Milk. Like, Ejector and Unstoppable Force, it's so hard to get that in, especially with Koopa in the way. And now all turrets are down. Myanmar with a defense of a lifetime. Lord Arts with the full combo. Tempest of Blades here by Feeks, confirming the kill onto Hiccup. This base is about to get demolished. There you go. Feather Dare strike by Zorn. It's over. Team Malaysia takes game 1.
What a game! What a game for that game.